You are the most beautiful thing the Emperor ever made, and you already know exactly how you are going to die. You saw it when you were a boy, on a poisoned moon, a dark room, a monster wearing your brother's face, your own body breaking against a cold metal floor. Every single day of your long life, you walk one step closer to that room. And here is the part that should terrify you, but somehow does not. When the day finally comes, you go in willingly. This is what it feels like to be Sanguinius, the angel of the blood angels, the one everyone loved, and the one who chose his own ending. Let's go back to the start. Before the wings meant anything, before the war, before the name. You are made in a hidden laboratory buried under a mountain, one of 20 perfect sons crafted by a golden father you have never met. He has a plan, and the plan is enormous. He is going to conquer the entire galaxy, drag humanity out of the dark, and rule it with you and your brothers standing at his side.
You are not born the way people are born. You are engineered, gene-crafted, grown in silence to be more than any human could ever hope to be. Then something reaches into the lab. In most tellings, the powers of the warp, the raw chaos beneath reality, spill into that sealed chamber and scatter all 20 of you across the stars. No warning, no goodbye. You are flung out like a seed thrown blind into the dark, tumbling through the cold between worlds with no cradle and no guardian to catch you. Just a long, burning fall through nothing. You land on Bal Secundus, a moon so irradiated that imperial records would barely call it survivable. The air is poison, the water is poison, even the dirt under your tiny newborn body is poison. Welcome home. This is where the perfect son begins his story, in a crater in red dust, on a dead world, alone. But Bal Secundus is not empty. It is full of people the radiation reshaped long ago. Extra limbs, wrong faces, whole tribes twisted across centuries of slow contamination. To them, a baby with wings is not a monster. For once, in a place where nearly every child is born broken, you look like a promise. A tribe finds you and takes you in. In many stories, it is a clan simply called the Blood. You do not grow like a normal child. You grow like a threat. Weeks, not years. Bigger, faster, and stronger than any man who ever crawled across that rock. By the time you should still be a toddler, you are already a warrior. And Bal has no shortage of things that want you dead. Mutant raiders who take what they cannot make. Starving beasts stalking the dunes. Rival tribes who will kill a stranger for a single cup of clean water. You learn to fight before you learn almost anything else, because on this moon, fighting is just another word for breathing. The tribes begin telling stories about you before you are even fully grown. A winged giant who cannot be killed.
An angel sent by something merciful to save a dying Mon. You do not correct them. Even young, you are wise enough to understand that a story can be a weapon, so you use it. You unite the clans one at a time, through strength when you have to, through mercy when you can afford it. You push back the worst of the mutants and the raiders who fed on the weak. And slowly, impossibly, Bal Secundus gets something it has not known in living memory: peace. People who never once slept safe now sleep because you exist. For the first time, a poisoned world has a reason to hope. But there is a crack running under all of it. You keep dreaming, and the dreams are not kind. You see fire crawling across distant worlds you have no name for. You see a towering figure made of pure gold. And again, you see yourself dying in a dark room at the hands of a shadow with a single burning eye. You have no words for any of it yet.
You only know that something enormous is coming for you, and that no wall on Bal will ever be high enough to stop it. Then, one day, the sky itself changes. Ships. More power hanging in orbit than your entire moon has ever contained. And down from that light comes a figure of pure gold, brighter than anything you have ever dared look at directly. He does not approach you as a stranger. He calls you his son. And in that instant, in most tellings, you recognize him, because you have seen him before, every single night, standing at the edge of your dreams. The golden giant is real, and he has come for you. He gives you a name that is finally, truly yours: Sanguinius. He gives you an army carved from your own blood, the 9th Legion, the Blood Angels. You look at these red-armored warriors standing in perfect ranks,
and you understand something strange and beautiful. They are pieces of you.
Your father tells you that you and your brothers will conquer the galaxy for humanity, that the long night is ending, that a golden age is finally coming, and you believe him. For a while, everything is exactly as bright as it sounds. You leave the poisoned moon behind and go to war among the stars. For years, you are everything the old tribal stories promised, and more. You free worlds that had forgotten the idea of freedom. You end wars in a single afternoon that lesser commanders would have bled over for decades. Your legion becomes famous not just for how it kills, but for its beauty and its grace. An army that looks like a work of art even in the middle of slaughter. Your brothers, the other Primarchs, respect you, and some of them even like you, which among that proud and dangerous family is far rarer than it sounds. By most accounts, you are the noblest of them all. But your sons carry something inside them that no one likes to speak of out loud. A thirst. A pull toward blood that grows harder to hold back the longer a battle runs. Push a blood angel far enough, and something old and hungry wakes up behind his eyes. It is written into their gene said, the very blueprint that makes them what they are. And that blueprint came from you, which means the thirst is written into you too. So you spend your long life quietly managing a fire inside your own bloodline, the noblest of all the Primarchs, secretly terrified of what your beloved sons might one day become. What you do not yet understand is that the fire has a shape, and that shape is your death. Then your favorite brother tears the galaxy in half. Horus, the War Master, the one the Emperor loved most of all, the one trusted above every other son, turns traitor. Half your brothers march with him into open rebellion. Overnight, the war stops being about conquest and glory and becomes about pure survival. And Horus, who knows you better than almost anyone alive, knows exactly how to hurt you. He does not offer you a fair fight. He sends your legion to the Signis system chasing a lie. And the entire system is a trap that has been waiting with its jaws wide open. When you arrive, the worlds are already drowning in demons. This is chaos, the warp made flesh, and let loose into reality. And it has come specifically for the fire in your blood. The demons whisper to your sons, and the thirst inside them answers. Your beautiful legion begins to come apart from the inside, warriors turning feral, discipline dissolving into hunger. And then the single biggest thing on that whole nightmare battlefield begins walking toward you. Kabanda, a greater demon of the blood god, a mountain of living rage crowned with horns and armed with a whip and axe. In one blow, one single strike, he kills hundreds of your sons at once. Imperial records put the number near 500, gone in a heartbeat. Then he turns that fury on you. He shatters your legs and hurls you across the field like a broken toy. Any other commander in the galaxy dies right there, in the dust, with the demon standing over him. But you are not any other commander. You get up. On ruined legs, you get up. And you drive that monster back. And you drag your legion back from the very edge of damnation. And you hold. You hold. But Signis changes you forever. Because now you have seen the shape of the fire in your blood. It looks like a laughing demon, and it looks like a dark room. The war grinds all the way back home, to Terra itself, to the Emperor's own palace. Horus brings the largest army the galaxy has ever assembled to a single place, and he brings it for one reason, to kill your father. And you are handed one of the most important tasks of the entire siege: hold the line. You take your position at the Eternity Gate, one of the last doors standing between Horus's endless horde and the Emperor. Wave after wave of traitors and demons throw themselves against you, and you do not fall. You will not fall. Then Kabanda comes back for a second round, still hungry, still hunting you across the wreckage of the galaxy. But this time, you are ready. This time, it is the demon who does not walk away, torn apart and banished screaming back into the warp. For one shining moment on the walls of that dying palace, you are exactly the angel the tribes of Bal believed in all those years ago. Wings spread, light around you. Survivors looking up at you with the same old hope. But even in that moment, you can feel the dream drawing closer. The dark room is almost here. And up in orbit, your brother Horus does something reckless and deliberate. He drops the shields of his own flagship, and he dares the Emperor to come up and finish it. You know exactly what that means. You have always known. So you go up first, before your father, against every ounce of sense and strategy anyone could offer you. Maybe you go to protect him. Maybe because some part of you understands that you were always meant to walk into that room, and there is no use running from a thing you saw as a child. You teleport onto Horus's flagship, and there it is. The dark chamber from the dream you had as a boy on a poisoned moon. You are finally standing inside your own nightmare, and it is exactly as cold as you remembered. Your brother is there, wearing all the terrible power that chaos poured into him, and he offers you a way out. Join him, live, rule at his side in the new order he is building. And you say no. You were always going to say no. That refusal was written into you long before any of this ever began. So you fight him, alone in that dark room, knowing every step of how it ends.
You are the greatest warrior of your entire generation, and it is not enough, because the thing standing in front of you is not really your brother anymore. He breaks you the way the dream always showed you he would. But here's the thing the daemons never understood about you. By forcing Horus to pour everything he had into killing you, you crack his guard wide open. Your death is not a waste. It is a wound. You fall, and your body lies broken on that cold floor exactly as you always saw it. And moments later, the chamber door bursts open with golden light, and your father walks in and ends the entire war upon the man who murdered his most beloved son. The angel who saw his own death chose it and shaped it and used it, and it worked. Your sons carry your body home to Bal, and something inside them breaks that will never fully heal. The fire in the blood finally takes its true and terrible shape. From then on, in the worst moments of battle, Blood Angels begin reliving your final fight as though it were their own, screaming your enemies' names, dying inside a memory that was never theirs to carry. 10,000 years later, they still mourn you as if you fell only yesterday. They keep your armor, they keep your dream of a better galaxy, and they keep looking up at the sky, waiting for you to come back. You saw your own death as a boy on a poisoned moon, and you spent your entire long life walking toward it. Not because you wanted to die, because you understood, better than anyone else ever could, exactly what your death would buy. And that, in the end, is the difference between a monster and an angel. You both walk into the dark room. Only one of you chooses to. And here is the mechanism almost no one explains. The machinery of grief that your sons build around your corpse. When they carry you home, they do not simply bury you. They keep a portion of your blood, and they turn it into a rite. Every new blood angel who earns his place must drink from a chalice that carries a trace of you inside it. It is meant as a blessing, way to pass down your strength and your nobility to each generation that follows. But every gift you ever gave came bound to the same curse. The blood that makes them strong is the same blood that carries the thirst, and now the thirst carries your death inside it too. So watch how the trap closes across 10,000 years. A young warrior kneels, drinks, and inherits not just your power, but your final memory. Most hold it back for decades, some hold it back for centuries, but push any of them too far, bleed them too much, corner them in a battle that will not end, and the memory surfaces and swallows the man whole. They call it the Black Rage. A blood angel lost to it stops seeing the enemy in front of him. He sees Horus. He screams the names of traitors dead for 100 lifetimes. He is, in that moment, reliving the worst hour of your life as if it were his own, and he cannot be talked down. Their solution is quietly devastating. They do not execute these men. They gather them into a single unit dressed in black, the Death Company, and they point them at the hardest fighting on the field. Because a warrior already living inside your death fears nothing that mere death can offer. They fight like nothing else in the galaxy, and almost none of them come back. That is the true cost of your gene seed. Not one death in one dark room, but a slow tax paid in sons, over and over, for as long as your legion endures.